All right. Shout out to the Tough Tiger Talk family. Big Q in the building. Much love to the fam. Appreciate you guys being up in this thing. It was pretty much like I anticipated. I thought pretty much that the this game wouldn't be I thought it'd be a little bit closer than this. But of course, we also realized that LSU, to be honest with your family, is that LSU made some great strides in the first year under Coach Kelly. They most certainly weren't ready in terms of like challenging the number one teams in the nation. As you can see, the number one team in the nation hung 50 up on LSU. Now, how that would have looked if Jalen Jaden Daniels would have been a lot healthier than that. It probably wouldn't have looked as bad. But Georgia, one of the best teams in the country, number one ranked in the team in the country for a reason. They took care of business today, 50-30 on LSU. 50 points is what they hung up on us in this matchup. Of course, you can look at some of the first downs here. You can see 27-23 on the first downs. 4-13 LSU was on the third down versus 7-13 by Georgia. 5-49 for LSU. They started to wing it out versus 5-29 versus Georgia in the matchup. Of course, LSU put 30 up on Georgia. Nobody done that all damn year, but a little bit of disrespect in this game too. On top of that, as you see, Georgia 255 rushing yards on 44 attempts. They averaged 6 yards per carry. LSU only 47 yards rushing against Georgia's defense today. They were just winging the thing all over the place, and you can see the turnovers, 3 of them in the matchup, which was a fumble, 2 interceptions. It was the botched, the blocked field goal that they allowed to be ran back for a touchdown. And LSU played from behind the entire matchup. 35-58 was the time of possession versus 24-2 by LSU in the matchup. And of course, individual statistics in the matchup, as you can see, Jaden Daniels was not nearly as effective. He couldn't run with the injury to his I think it was his knee in the game. So, man, that's just crazy, man. Jaden Daniels, 16-24 for 208. He did have a touchdown and an interception. Nussmeier finished the game at 15-27 for 294, averaged 11 yards per throw. He also had 2 touchdowns and also an interception. Not much shaking on the rushing attack for LSU. The top receiver, of course, was Malik Neighbors, 5 catches for 128, and the score in the game, Keyshawn Butte had 6 catches for $107 and a touchdown. Jare Jenkins had 3 for a touchdown. Mason Taylor had 6 for 63 on the day. And that's pretty much how it went. Defensively speaking, Harold Perkins led today with 10 tackles in the matchup, but didn't hear much today from Harold Perkins in the game. And it was really all Georgia in this one. And they just ran over LSU. And LSU just got to get their weight up. And we're doing that, family. LSU's definitely getting their weight up. So in this conference. So we'll get a bowl game. We'll see how that look on the flip side. We'll end up getting a bowl game. Congratulations to Tulane. I think Tulane also won today, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Green Wave did handle business today. Yeah, they did 45-28 over University of Central Florida. So congratulations to them, as they did win their conference game today. And I think they'll be headed toward a Cotton Bowl game against Penn State, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, about LSU, man, in this one, we knew, it was a big accomplishment for LSU to get to the SEC Championship in the first year under Brian Kelly. So the floor is set a lot higher going into next year. You have a fantastic recruiting class coming in, and Coach Kelly could use this year to say that, listen, we're the SEC West champions, man. We defended the West. Of course, we didn't win the championship, but we represented the West in the SEC against Georgia. in the SEC Championship against Georgia. But this is a basis of recruiting for LSU moving forward into the future. As Coach Kelly, man, is his first year, boy, it was big. Getting the team into the SEC Championship against Georgia, it was a major accomplishment. Of course, I'm not really happy about the Texas A&M loss, but we knew that LSU was going to struggle against a very good Georgia team. They struggled against Texas A&M last week. So bowl game is forthcoming for the Tigers. So tough, very tough loss in this one, but it is what it is. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna get out on this one. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for giving love on the watch party. We will return in the next week with more LSU news, notes, and items as we prepare for our bowl game. It'll be the last game of the 2022-23 season before we move into the future and head into more recruiting matters. So Brian Kelly, after the first year in LSU, set a high floor, man, to be honest with you, a very high floor in his first year at the helm, taking the team all the way to the SEC Championship up against Georgia. So next bump will be, of course, continuing what he's doing and getting the team over into a win against SEC Championship. So we'll see how it all looks on the flip side. So with that being said, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to holler at y'all on another show. Much love. Peace.